Hey there everybody, welcome back with the Plat, Purplatypus' name, and welcome to another Dragon Quest Tact video. Today we're going to be going over a free-to-play slash budget player's beginner's guide. As you can see here on the left side of the screen, we've got Dalamar's do's and don'ts. Dalamar is a mod in the official, or the semi-official, Dragon Quest Tact Discord. And this is something that he shared with me. He's like, hey, it would be cool if you could make a video on this, and I wanted to do a collaboration. So we're going to go through his list, give you some of his points, give you some of my points, and I'll elaborate on things that need to be elaborated on. But overall, just consider this your one-stop shop for your beginners, tips, tricks, and a guide. So let's get right into it. Dalamar's Do's and Don'ts, a quick and simple guide for a free-to-play or light spender in Dragon Quest Tact. Couldn't have said it better myself. Number one, rerolling. This is a great spot to start because this is like one of the number one things people talk about and ask when they come to Discords. They'll be like, I rerolled, I got this, I rerolled, I got this. So let's see, don't try to reroll for a week. You need a solid team for sure, but trust me, most of the units you get today will not be on your team tomorrow. Don't lose your mind. This is one of my favorite points. That's going to be in the entire thing today. Very, very important. People, I think re-rolling is reasonable. I think this is very on point with saying don't re-roll for a week. Don't re-roll for like 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. You know, I think it's reasonable to re-roll for like 6 hours to, like a day, maybe 2 days max to really get a nuts roll. But the most valuable thing you can give this time, the most valuable asset that you have that you can give this game is your time. And every time you re-roll, you're losing 2 days, 3 days, 4 days of progress. And like the difference between getting the total nuts of like 3 S units or something, or 4 S units, and getting like 2, it isn't going to affect your content, or sorry, not your content, but it isn't going to affect your ability to clear the game's content for quite a while. And like it says here in the notes, a lot of the units that you were going to get with your XS units are going to get replaced by stronger units in the future anyway. So it's really, really not all that vital. And in fact, I think it's detrimental that you're wasting so much time. So don't reroll forever. Find something pretty good and then go with that. Do reroll until you have a solid team. Yep, that's exactly what I said. Yep. This is the most popular process to do a good reroll. Finish tutorial. Finish the tutorial, roll, then select banner. Currently Dragon Lord and Dragon Lord True Form. I personally think Dragon Lord is better, but I think it's up to debate. I think they're both considered really, really good right now. You want to try and get a full team in these 2 roles. I would aim to get a combination of DL, Dragon Lord, White King, and Dragon Lord True Form, and a killing machine at least. I don't think you need as many units as they're saying there. Out of those 4 units, I only have a killing machine, and I've been clearing content no problem. Maybe in the future I'll have a little bit of problem. We'll find out. But again, if you don't find all 4 of these units, I think it's fine to just keep going and plan. The 2 most important, the most popular approaches are spell. Best S rank spell, Dragon Lord White King. Decent S rank spell, Archdemon Hybrid Peacock. Hybrid, sorry. Archdemon, I got. Overall, I don't think if you get Archdemon, I wouldn't invest too much into him. Mucifer is free to play, and I think arguably better than Archdemon. It's not that he does more damage, he does less damage, but he can attack way more frequently. His wisdom is on par, and again, he's free and farmable. Physical, best S ranked are Dragon Lord at True Form. Hey there, kitty cat. He's here to join our guide. And sorry. Killer Machine. Killer Machine is insane. So most of the time, physical sucks. I'll be honest. At least at this point in the game, physical is kind of garbage. But Killer Machine and I assume Dragon Lord True Form are like the exceptions. Their stats are so high in their attack that it basically doesn't even matter, right? Like, sorry, let me put on Do Not Disturb on my phone. Boop. Boop. You got to look at all my notifications. But basically, yeah, they're so high. He has an insane percent attack. It's like at like level 8 or 9 or whatever. It's like 300 something percent. And he has a crazy high attack stat. So these units are very good. If you get them, and Killer Machine is almost free to play friendly in the sense that you're almost guaranteed to get him because you have a reroll banner and he's like the #1 banner. So a lot of people, like almost every player has him right now. But for Killer Machine, it's very important. You really, really want the first awakening. So you want to get 2 killing or / killer machines because that increases his movement by 1, which makes his entire kit so much better. It brings him from a great unit to an amazing unit, or a good unit to an amazing unit. And then Hell Gladiator, Great Troll, Squidzilla. These are all like, again, these are all reasonable. I don't use any of this stuff, but I do actually have all 3 of these guys. But again, I like, take it from me, I do mostly free to play / budget content. I use B ranks, C ranks, D ranks, and even E ranks in a lot of my videos. Emperor Slime is a solid support monster that will stick around to make your life easier in the long run. Yeah, Emperor Slime is great. Now, the thing is, he's not a damage dealer, and he sucks on auto fights. That is really, really bad. But when it comes to being a unit that he's the only unit that does everything he does as well as he does it. Not only does he have the only AoE heal in the game, AoE, area of effect, multiple people he could heal in one turn is huge. He also has Kabuff, which is shared by quite a few units, but, you know, combined with heal is really good. Then he has Cheer, which is the only attack and defense up for a single unit. So just the absolute support master. Very, very cool. No other units do exactly what he does as good as he does it. So Emperor Slime is definitely worth the keep, but he doesn't do any damage. He's never going to do damage. He's there to buff your guys and keep your guys alive. Bone Baron and Hell Lion are great level A's. These are units I don't have experience with, but I definitely, A units in general are all really good. I haven't had any bad A units yet. I'm sure there's good and there's bad. Hades Conador is the second best healer in the game. Yes, Hades Conador is a rank B, and he is so clutch for budget games. You'll find him very easy just by rolling your normal gems. You're going to find Hades Conador. Definitely worth investing into him. 4 movement is huge. Also has a massive heal. It only targets one thing, but he also has Kabuff. So, like, a lot of flexibility. Not as good as Emperor Slime, except there's times where he's way better because you need that 4 movement. If you got a bad roll with that banner, restart the game, delete the data. But basically, this is just teaching how to reroll. You guys probably know what to reroll. These are just kind of the units you want to look out for. Try to get a couple of them, but again, don't spend all your time doing it. Gem spending. This one's big. This one is going to be super important. Do save your gems. Yes, Dalamar, I agree. You get roughly 30k gems easily. I would say you can get closer to 60k gems easily. Maybe he did the math, though, but I feel like I had a full 30k on one banner and a full 30k on a second banner without spending any money, like relatively early. So maybe I'm incorrect, but I think you can get more than 30k gems even. Each mission can net you 80 gems. Yeah, so each mission will give you 50 gems the first time you complete it, and then there's 3 optional objectives that'll give you 10 each. And except for some super high level content, the third objective will be a mini medal, which is more valuable than 10 gems, of course. If you consider the main story, Battle Road, daily, whatever, is 30k is not far away. If you are free to play, this is a ton. 30k is a ton if you're not free to play. It costs like $80 to get 10k, right? So this is like 200 something dollars. I could do 80 times 3, $240 of gems, essentially. Stamina purchasing is cheap. I would say at least 5 times a day tops if you're saving gems. Once it gets to 100 gems, I would not recommend it. This is exactly right. A lot of people bash on refreshing your stamina with gems, but 40 gems just feels so worth it. Like, again, so there's a couple of things that are bad. People say stamina is infinite and gems aren't infinite. That is untrue. Stamina is not infinite because time is finite. You only have so much time. You only get so much in a day, right? You only get so much stamina in a day. You only get so many gems in a day. And it's just like, again, the most important thing you could do in this game is invest your time. Like, getting a lot of gems and pulling units is good, but like leveling all your units up to max, getting them max rank, getting extra equipment, making your equipment better, getting extra gold, getting like all these things that you have to trade stamina for, new equipment, new ability tomes, rank up materials, leveling your units. Like, these are things that you have to invest stamina for, which is very useful. If you only do your daily allocation of stamina, you're gonna have a hard time. So 40 gems, I personally recommend spending and not feeling too bad. As long as you're gonna use it, sorry, my cats are crazy, semi-efficiently. Like, don't just spend it and then waste it on like farming the general first slime, right? You want to be doing something that's relatively valuable while you do it. And in the early game, you're going to be generating more gems than you're spending. 60 gems, I also consider it, but make sure you're doing something. Make sure when you're doing 60 gems that you have something that you want to accomplish by the end of the day. It's like, I really want this to get done, so I'm going to spend 60 gems to do it. Once it's 100 gems, that's too rich for my blood. That's as much as 2 of the earlier refreshes combined. And I've never done a 100 gem refresh myself. Or if I have, it's been like once, probably by mistake. Don't blow all your gems on the first banner. This is a big one. I actually did this. I have 12,000 gems right now because I'm not a free-to-play player, and I've been investing money into the game because I'm trying to make content exactly like you guys are watching right now for the future. But I took all my gems, I invested it into the first banner and like the general banner because I was looking for an Emperor Slime because I messed up my initial rerolls. So I didn't have any good units, so I was trying to make up for it. But 30k is a lot, and you want to spend it really bad, but you really want to save for a banner you want. And you might see the banner you want right away, but I would highly recommend looking up, because Japan is 7 months ahead of us, they have a lot of insider info about content we're likely to get. It's not set in stone. You know, there's some event things they got that we probably won't get because like it's a different holiday when the game came out, you know, that kind of stuff. But for the most part, there's a lot of things that are kind of set in stone, I think. And it's worth looking up what units are going to be coming out in the future, which ones interest you, particularly 6 months from now, or about 5 months from now, I guess. There's going to be the half-year event, and that one's apparently got tons of nuts units. So you definitely want to be saving for these really powerful units in the future. However, it is also totally cool to spend them early if this is the unit you want. But don't feel like you have to blow them all right away. There's good stuff coming, and gems slow down a lot after that first 30K thousand, 30 to 60,000 at least. Tact points, metal cards. Don't forget the key points of tact points. You don't need to blow all your points when you get it. You can save up to 20K. So this is important. This is why I have the game up actually. If we come to tact points here, you can see you get 5,000 a week from your normal slime card, and if you pay for the fancy slime card, you'll get 7,500 a week. You can hold up to 20,000 at a time. If you're at 20,000, every tact point you earn beyond that just disappears. It doesn't like hold it and until you spend it, then you can start earning again. It just kind of fades away. So you don't want to go above 20K, but when you're at 20K, you really want to like it's really good because that's basically, if you don't know, this is a new player's guide, so I should at least explain it. Tact points. You go to the tact point shop, which you go over to the tab, tact point shops. You could buy all the active banners for 1,000. That means I have 20 pulls just in tact points right now. That means you get 5 pulls a week just from your tact points, not including any other events or gems or anything else going on. But you want to save these again for the same thing. The same reason you don't want to blow your gems, you don't want to blow your tact points. But because you can only hold 20,000, once you're up to 20,000, it is wise to spend 5,000 a week to make sure you're not losing tact points because they're one of the most valuable things in the game. Don't waste points on equipment. Put this in bold. We're switching this right now. Put this in bold. Put this in bold. This is the biggest noob trap of all time. Put that right there. Don't waste points on equipment. If we scroll down here, these are 2,000 each, and these weapons are shit. They're it's not even that they're twice as expensive as a pole. They're not even good. They're bad weapons. This is the biggest waste of resources in the entire game. I highly recommend getting 0 of all of these from now until the end of time. Don't touch them. Don't touch any of these things. The only thing you might touch is if you have a metal slime card, which gives you 7,500 points a week. The extra 500 can be kind of awkward, and you might end up buying an experience codex large sometimes so you don't waste the points or throw them away. But typically, tact points equals pulls. Pulls are very important for building your roster, more important than shitty equipment that you replace with your free-to-play content anyway. Do max out on tact points and spend wisely. Yes, we got that. It's pretty darn easy to get 5,000 points a week. Yeah, I have 5,000 points. I get that in the first like 4 hours of the week, every single week. And I do play more than other people, but still, even then, if you can get it that quickly, it's obviously not that hard. Don't waste, stamina usage. This is going to be huge in general. I'm interested to see what Dallimore has to say about this. Don't waste experience and skip tickets. Don't waste skip tickets is a huge one. Very, very important because you're going to be tempted a lot of times to just use skip tickets because you want to be lazy, right? You don't want to do the thing. But here's the thing, skip tickets are really good because you can kind of cheese the system a little bit. If you're able to use skip tickets, it means you have to first complete the 3 side objectives, which are always going to be like basically the same: win in 10 turns, win in 5 turns, or win in 3 turns, and then win without anyone dying. So you do that. Then you can use a skip ticket to skip it to instantly get rewards and experience and gold. But here's the thing, you could put a bunch of level 1 units that are shit and could never win that fight, and you could put them in that fight and you could skip and they get the experience as if they had won the fight. So you can use this to allocate experience to units that are weak that couldn't win a fight, as one side use of it. But also what it's kind of going to be for is there are some fights that are really, really hard, especially in the late game, like the there's hell level. I get to show you, I don't even know why I'm here. We go here. These fights can be really, really difficult. These hell modes, they could be like, there'll be a point where it's like, it's not too bad to win, but it will be very, very hard to auto-complete them. And so if you're able to beat them and get all 3 objectives, this is 20 stamina. I think using skip tickets on this is very nice because you would have to spend maybe, if you wanted to do this 5 times, 6 times, or 10 times in a day or something, because you're going to use all your stamina on it, like it would save you like 20 minutes, right? Then you could get this done, go back to farm and battle roads while you wait for your energy or something like that. Here are some things that I think is best when using a stamina. Dailies, do it all at least once. Yes, do all your dailies. This has got to be one of the number one. The very first thing with reset, every time reset happens, you get your dailies. If you're playing 100% free to play, you're gonna have 1 experience, 1 gold, and 1 of these things down here for some stupid gems that I've never been able to use yet, but hopefully will one day. Go ahead, do these first thing first. Tons of experience, tons of gold, which are very, very, very valuable. Event farming, that's probably a really good thing. Events are basically these limited time things over here. So do all your events, whatever you got that has a limited time. Try to get these done before farming the main story if you can, because this main story is not going anywhere. So for example, currently in the events, you can go over here to 2-5. And if we click here, enemy info, we can see that green dragon here is farmable, and he's an A unit and one of the best units in the game right now, and he's 100% farmable with about a 30% drop rate. So this is kind of the event farm we're talking about. Find out what's good in the event that you're currently on, and then farm the heck out of that, because it's limited, it's going away, because when Green Dragon's gone, he's gone for a long time, and he's really good, and the cost is free. As a free-to-play player, getting these units, these A units, for cheap and reasonable stamina investment while you can is so important. It's a huge boon to your team. Green Dragon is fantastic. Rank up for main or battle road. Yes. So basically, especially if you're free to play. Again, this is all free to play. I'll stop being redundant with that, I suppose. But if you're going free to play, don't just rank up all your A units. You know, you want to rank up the 2 things you want to rank up. 1, your main team, most importantly, your main team. So you can get as far into the story, clear the hardest content that you're able to clear. Then start clearing the units specifically required in battle roads. So if we go to like battle roads, not the Dragon Quest 1 event 1, but if we go to like Magellan, the one that you'll be using first, you'll see here these units up top. These are the ones you're going to want to rank first, because you want to be able to clear this content easily, because you're going to be able to get all kinds of rewards and gems. And when that's done, you're going to be able to go to these other ones. And battle roads are very important because they let you level up units for 0 stamina. Battle roads got 0 stamina. They give you insanely good rewards. They give you these awesome weapons. Let's go to one that we can actually take a look at here. If we come here, they give you these awesome weapons, right, that are just like really, really powerful, much better than the tact point weapons. And you get lots of experience, you get a lot of gems. Battle roads, don't lose focus. They're very, very good. Ability weapon farming, I don't really think that's that important super early. In your first week or 2, I'd say completely avoid weapon and ability farming. However, once you're kind of done with most of your important rank ups and things like that, ability farming is pretty important, because if you're going to be using free-to-play units for the hardest content, you're going to want +6 to +8 on all of your abilities that are relevant. That doesn't mean all your abilities, but all the relevant ones. Like if you're using a unit with Zapple and they also have Zap, you only need to do Zapple to like +8, but you are going to need that really high, and that's going to take a lot of money. It's going to take a lot of gold, and it's going to take a lot of ability tomes. So getting those farmed up. Weapon farming, I don't think is super valuable at this point, as the free-to-play weapons you get can't really be re-rolled, and they're insanely good. There are other ones that can be re-rolled, and there's definitely some value in it, especially like after you beat the main story, you're going to unlock a secondary equipment here called elemental equipment. And these are all insanely good weapons as well. But the battle road weapons are also really good, and you don't need to invest anything to get them, because well, you have to invest time and stuff, but no stamina. So this is definitely worth it, but I think it's more of a mid to late game kind of thing in the current build of the game, not really a right away. Don't worry about it. That's why it's number 4 on the list. Monster farming. Monster farming can mean multiple things. I do recommend getting every monster in the battle road. There are going to be some monsters that it's like, oh, you can use this monster and you have to farm him from this thing, so get him there. Outside of that, you could also just go to your free-to-play monsters and you could rank them up. Because there are monsters you get from gacha, which, you know, is the money investment, and then there's units you get just from farming for free. The units you can get for farming for free take 40, you have to find them 40 times to max awaken them, which will give them 25% stats and a bunch of other bonuses. Gacha units you only need to get 5 of, because you have to pay money to get them. You only need 50 points total. You get 10 each time you find a duplicate. You do get 10 each time you find a duplicate of free-to-play units, but you need 500 points, I think, or 400 points to level them up. It's something like that. It's right around there. So that is definitely something that's worth farming, especially if once you get to the point where you're able to farm units. I recommend making sure you find and farm at least a 2 awakening. On 12-5, getting Mucifer here, we go to enemy info. You can always click enemy info to see what's recruitable on that stage. Mucifer is an A unit, just like Green Dragon, free to play, and one of the best spellcasters in the entire game, I think, right now. 100% free, very, very good. It's got about a 3% drop rate, so it is not likely to find it. But you spend a day or two on this, like spend a day or two of stamina on this, you get like, you find like 3 duplicates or something like that, and you get him up to Awakening 2, you've got a powerhouse for the rest of the game. Or at least up until the point I'm at in the game. I have this in order because I feel the benefit is highest in that order. Absolutely right. I think I would put monster farming even above weapon farming. I don't know if I'd put ability above monster, but weapon slightly below. But again, once you get down here, it's kind of, you're just kind of playing for fun at this point. A fully awakened Mucifer. Oh yeah, look at it. It's pretty darn strong. It's comparable to an S rank unit. Nothing wrong with farming monsters to make them the best they could be. In addition, you don't want to probably awaken them to 5 early on. That's just too much stamina investment. You got other things to be doing, but it is worth in the long run. And he's not going away though, so there's no hurry. In addition, events will have formidable A-rank monsters that you can awaken to max. Great opportunities to grow your team as a free-to-player. Yes, 100%. Green Dragon specifically right now, I assume more in the future. Never underestimate the power of a lower-ranked, fully awakened unit. There are some that could heal, paralyze, or put to sleep, do considerable damage, tank, and more. I have seen, so this is going to be a great point to check out my other videos if you want to see exactly what he's talking about. Mr. Leroy Jenkins here is what we call him on the channel. It's Leary Lout. He's like an E unit. He's in one of the battle roads. Let's scroll all the way down. Let's scroll all the way down. Yep, keep going, keep going. Here he is. Leary Lout is an E unit with like 200 HP. And he has 400 because he has a weapon on right now. This guy can carry you through some of the hardest content in the entire game as an E unit with a CP of 1653. Like, he's not fully awakened, but don't underestimate these really weak units. You really have to see what your units do and what the enemy is doing, and you could devise a strategy with these quote-unquote weak units because they're very viable. Now, the thing about weak units like Leary Lout versus other like S units is that they're very narrow. It's not that they're super weak, it's that they just don't do very many things well. But the things they do well, they could compete with the best of them, and in some cases, like Leary Lout, he's like unreplaceable. He's like a unit that he tanks and he can cover his allies, and because of his resistances and his defense and stuff, there's not even like S units that could really do what he does in the way he does it. So don't always look at your entire team. Don't underestimate it. My other videos really try to show B units, C units, D units, E units like that, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what you can look for, that it's not all just about S ranks. Material farming. Don't waste stamina and skip tickets on mat farming. I said something contradictory to that, but let's see what he says here. Family rank up missions provide more resources per stamina. Family rank up missions. Okay. This is saying it's okay to use, I guess it's okay to use it on the rank up missions, which is like, if you come here to I always hit the wrong button. We come here, rank up mission, boom, boom, boom. This is how you're going to rank up your monsters. This is all the materials you're going to need are in here. Stones. I prefer to do the beginner 3 stamina for whenever I need it. Yes, 100% actually. If there's going to be a lot of times when you're ranking up low level things, you're going to need these little stones of like red, green, blue, and white. The 3 stamina ones are pretty good. It's about 2 you get about 2 stones per 3 stamina invested. So, you know, not incredible, but it is better because you're only going to need a couple. And then I think it's okay. You could do this like 10 times and it's only 30 stamina, right? And you might get 10, 20 stones out of it or something. Who knows? Also, you can go to the store and spend your money to buy 20 a day. I've done this many times. However, if you're completely free to play and you're not doing the battle pass thingy, which gives you an extra daily of the gold, I probably recommend not doing that. But spending 1,000 gold on this once a day on a couple of them is totally fine for me. But again, that's for free to play. I probably recommend not doing this. You really got to use your stamina intelligently. Everything else I have found better success in using the family farming events, advanced hell. You'll get, you'll need generally a little more of everything else. Yeah. So for the cheap little stones, it's best just to do the 3 one. The 3 stamina one. That's very easy. For all the other things, if you need the big blue gems or anything else, I always go to the hardest one. Here, you just get better drop rates of basically everything, I feel like. And you have a chance to drop, they have a chance, like a 5% chance to drop these things, which are needed. You need like 5 of them to upgrade an S rank. You need 1 of them to upgrade to rank up an A rank. things like that. So they're very, very important. Only place you can get them besides buying them or like spending a lot of money on the game, basically. Gold usage. Do not waste your money. Very important. I did not have money problems until I beat the game, and now I have constant money problems, like constant, because I'm trying to rank up so many units at the same time. I'm trying to upgrade abilities, trying to do all this thing. So no matter how much money you think you have 10,000, you have 20,000, you have 50,000 money, you're gonna need more. Trust me, you will need the gold. Don't ever think you have too much gold, and don't think I'll just spend it because I have a bunch of gold. You're always gonna need more, and it is definitely, for free-to-play players, one of the most valuable resources, because you get half the amount of a paid player, because by spending $5 a month you get almost double gold. You get like 90,000 gold a month or something. So just keep that in mind. Here's how I prioritize. Do have a plan for your gold. If my main lineup is having issues winning, rank up, alchemize, upgrade abilities. Alchemize, I don't think this is as important as he does. I do think ranking up and upgrading abilities, huge. These are huge buffs. Upgrading abilities gives you usually a 5% potency each time, which means at level 10, which is hard to get, you're gonna have plus 50% potency, which is like every 2 attacks that you do would have been like 3 attacks of base. So it's very, very powerful. Getting 20-25% boost is huge. Ranking up obviously is just fat stack increases and level cap increases. Alchemize, I think you're gonna find good enough weapons by doing the battle road. You don't need to worry about this too much. It's not that expensive though. So luckily for like 500 gold, you can find some pretty good weapons early on alchemizing. So it could be worth using it a little bit early, but you're gonna replace all that stuff that you do with weapons that you don't really reroll that much anyway. So I wouldn't worry about it too much until late game. That's when things get better. If my lineup is solid, choose one BR to focus on at a time. Exactly. Don't try to do everything at once. Do one battle road at a time. It's just so much more efficient than getting 100 units up from or whatever, rank 2 to rank 3. Just getting one group of 5 monsters up to rank 5 so they can clear it and get you all the resources and rewards and stuff. It's just so much better. If you have extra cash left over, save it. Yes, always save your cash. Battle road. How many more things we got here? We're actually almost there. I'm gonna go over what to spend, how the money goes, if you do feel like dipping your toe into money as well. The good old battle road it could do so much for you that you may never know unless you put work into it. I've kind of talked about this a lot already, but the equipment it gives you is insanely good. It gives you tons of gems, and you can get a mini medal on the final stage, and mini medals are going to be very important. We'll actually talk about that right now. But addition to, I forgot, it gives you skills, and the skills are pretty damn good and useful too. Skill scrolls are very, very, very limited. Please do not waste your skill scrolls on units that suck. Just hold on to them, hoard them, and wait for a guide to come out or something, because right now there's no way to replace them unless you re-roll your account, and you can't take them off, and they're permanently destroyed, and they're valuable, so don't just blow them. Hold on to those for a while. All right, the mini medal shop, we can take a look here. As you get mini medals, your first one will get you a unit, and then actually when you get the 20 here, you get a Mucifer for free, which is huge if you didn't farm one. But then you can see you're going to start getting the illustrious iris, which is good. You only get one, but the big ones are going to be these iridescent orbs, because those are finite. You can't farm those anywhere, and those are the only material that brings your S units from rank 4 to rank 5. So you be very careful with these orbs. Don't just use it on the first S unit you have. You want this to go on a unit that you're using for a long time, forever. Unless you're me, then you just put it on every slime unit you have, because you're addicted to having max rank slimes. Do choose your BR based on your main unit. Complete the tutorial and focus on whatever you need as a team. If you have a White King, then focus on the Undead team. This is super important. Yeah, whatever your main team is, whatever their family is, try to complete that BR first, because you're going to get a weapon that'll make them very much stronger. So I definitely recommend doing that. Few added do's and don'ts. All right, so these are like side notes. Then I'm going to go into the money thing a little bit here. Don't copy everyone on team. Don't copy everyone on team builds. Make your own team, and you will enjoy much more. That's basically what I try to do. Yeah, you can go watch someone else's video, which I want you to watch my video, but my videos are meant to inspire ideas, not to be cookie cuttered copied. But it's like, go in and kind of figure it out, have fun, and then when you're stuck or you're having trouble, that's kind of when you should go out and look for what other units people are using. Like, oh, they're using this unit and this unit. I didn't even think about that because it's a D unit, and I didn't look at any of my D units because, you know, why would I? Because they're so weak. It's like, but suddenly this unit's really good for this fight, so let's do it. Okay, then you add that with your own flavor, and you can have a lot more fun with that. The only time that it might be worth not doing that is for some of the really hard ability tomes, because it does take 20 stamina a pop, and you don't want to just throw away that much stamina. Let me do that for you. Don't tilt. The one problem in this game is gems are hard to come by. Gems are very easy to come by for a few weeks or a week, and then they dry up. You get like, especially if you're using energy, you know, for energy refills, which I think is more valuable because you're getting more power out of it. You're still not getting that many gems a week. You're not getting even a daily pull worth, probably. Do take your time and enjoy the game. Dragon Quest is a fun series, older than a lot of other players. Take some time to enjoy the journey. 100% agree. This game is a gotcha game. It is meant to be played over a long period of time. You don't need to sit down for 8 hours and complete it at one go. Just get in, you know, have some fun a couple hours a day, an hour a day, 15 minutes a day. Try to spend your energy. That way you're going to keep catching up. But there's no rush, man. This game's going to be here for a long time. Do join the Discord and chat. This is huge, actually. This is huge. And I think this is particularly, which is funny, most people in the Discord are not most people in the Discord, but if you're a whale, you're more likely to join the Discord, get into the theory crafting and stuff like that than if you're a casual player. However, being in the Discord, being in the chat, talking to the community is more important as a free-to-play player than it is as a whale. A whale can brute force themselves through content. A free-to-play player needs to have much better strategies, much better resource allocation, much better meta. You know, cat, don't touch that fan. It's trying to hurt his hand in the fan blades. Let's say hi to him. There you go, kitty. So get in the Discord, get into the community, leave a comment, ask me questions, ask other people questions. You got to learn the game very well, and then you got to theory craft, and you got to play smart and very, very intelligently a lot of the time, because you can't just, you're not the person in this free to play dropping $100 just so you can beat this thing to get an extra awakening, right? So get in the Discord, communicate with people. It's going to help you a lot, because there's a lot of people, and when a lot of people come together, you can find the best units for each situation. Do your own research, check out the wikis, find out what's coming up. Yeah, I said that before. I highly recommend, especially again as a free to play player, see what happens in Japan, see what units look really cool to you, and then save up for that so you can get it that way. Because here, the worst thing in the world is when you're like really excited for a unit and then it comes out and you don't have enough gem. You have like enough for like 10, 20 rolls, not like the 40 roll, you know, not like the 40, 50, 100 plus rolls you might need to do to get it. And then, so you kind of saved up, but not really. And then you spend all your stuff and you don't get the unit you want. Then then either you're going to drop money and feel bad, or you're going to not get the unit you want and you're less excited about the game because you didn't get the thing that you want. So save, have restraint, and look up what you want in advance. That way you don't just waste your money or your limited resource anyway. Do try out different units, learn and memorize strengths and weaknesses. That one's pretty important, yeah. But you don't have to memorize it as much. If you go into any kind of battle, it's actually going to be pretty good. When you go into a battle, you can just take a look. Battle Road is the worst place to do this. But if you come here, you can take a look at the enemy's info, and you can see what they're weak against. All right. Oh, we're going to fight a Great Saber Cat. They're weak against Frizz, Zam, and Sleep. So you can go look for Frizz, Zam, and Sleep units. That will be very, very good against that specific thing. So, a little bit of experimentation, but you'll get it down without too long. Now, when it comes to money, if you want to dip your toes in, if you want to go from a free-to-play player to a budget player, the recommended ones, the things that are good to spend money on, don't judge me, because I've bought everything. Boom, I've bought everything. The things that are worth it is rate. Is it this one right here? No, right here, the 100 gems. This is the #1 purchase everyone should do if you're going to purchase anything at all. I don't remember exactly what it comes with, but 100 gems is like $1, right? And it comes with a bunch of skip tickets. I think it's like 100 skip tickets or something. It comes with upgrade stuff, comes with gold. It comes with so much value for 100 gems. It won't let me click on it because I've bought it in the past and it's a one-time thing. But 100%, that is the #1 thing. The #2 thing I actually recommend buying. So this is the order I recommend buying things in. #2 is the Battle Pass thing. It might be called, I don't remember exactly what it's called, but I do own it. Let's see. Can I see what it's called? You guys know what it is. It'll be up here in the top left corner. It's not there for me because I already own it. But that'll let you to play things on extra fast speed, which I think is a little scummy. I kind of wish that was just available to everybody. But you do get double daily experience quest. But most importantly, you get the double daily gold. That's the event. you get the double daily gold. And this is really what you're spending $5 a month for. You're paying for the battle speed and the double daily gold. That's like 90,000 a month. And trust me, like I said, I've been getting that for a month now and I'm out of gold. I still need that gold. So this is definitely a thing that I think this is a good second investment. And the third investment is going to be the metal card special pack. There's the one that comes with 4 metal cards for 2,000 gems. Let's take a look here. 2,000 gems would normally cost, well, 2,000 gems does cost. So you have to buy a $10 and like a $5, I think. 6, 7, 8. You might have to buy like a $10, $5, and $1 or something, because free gems don't count as paid gems. They're free gems. It's kind of super lame. But basically you're spending, normally you get 30 pulls from it. You know how much 30 pulls normally cost? It costs over $80. Because 3, 6, 9, yeah, it costs about $80 to get 30 pulls, and you're doing it for about $20. So it is a great value. Once it becomes normal metal cards for normal price, 1,000 each, I don't know about that one. That one seems a little more fishy. I'll see how I feel about it after my first 4 cards run out. But as of now, I do recommend the as the third purchase, the ×4 metal cards. And after that, like the last thing you should spend money on is just hard pulling units. It's like $25 per 10 pull. All right, that's very expensive. Maybe it's not expensive in the realm of the gacha world, but it is very, very expensive. That's real money. And that's like, I don't recommend that. If you're at that point, make sure, if you're going to spend that much money, make sure you bought the other things that are actually going to generate more value first before you start throwing money into the wind hoping to get what you want. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Feel free to watch this over again if you need to go everything. You could just even mute me, skip the talking, and just kind of read as I scroll down this if you need to reread this. Ask me questions in the Discord. Ask me questions down below. I'm here to help you answer your questions. My goal, my primary focus here on YouTube with Dragon Quest Tactics is to make budget and free-to-play friendly content so that way people like you are going to be able to clear the content, because the more people that can clear content, the better the game is going to be. If only the whales can clear content, everyone's going to leave the game and it's going to die. But if we can help everyone from free-to-play units onward just get through it all, clear the content without spending any money, the whole game is going to be healthier and more fun in the long run, and we'll have longer support, I think, because of it. So that's my goal. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for Platypus. Is Purplatypus. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and may your polls be blessed.